Hello, welcome everyone. My name is Sroda Aglago. Thanks for joining me on Love, Forgive, Live podcast. It's been quite a week. We made it. Happy New Year, everybody. We are in 2021. I can't believe it. We all made it. We made it in. Wow. 2021. I get a lot of people calling, texting, emailing, letting me know this year is going to be great. And I told myself, well, we always look forward to it. A new year. We always anticipate the new year with a lot of expectations. Here's the situation. I choose not to have any expectation for the year. I don't know about you, but I remember in my younger days, I used to get so excited. I'll make all these New Year resolutions. I'll have all these expectations built up. Get very excited. And then things don't go the way I wanted to. But I learned with experience that I can make the best of every situation, no matter what it is. And however the situations happen or how they come at you, take it as lessons. So today, I'm jumping off of that and talking about when life gives you some unexpected situations or events, what do you make out of it? How do you navigate the event or the situation and make the best out of it or get something good out of it? Because no matter what comes at us, it's always going to be something unexpected. We may even have strange expectations built up, but I promise you what end up coming is not going to be the same because we can't control all the variables. We can't control all the situations or the aspects or the conditions. We can only receive what we get. And so today's topic is about that. Or in layman's terms, this is one of the ways that we put it. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. I don't know how the scenario is in other cultures or other countries, but in North America, we usually use that analogy. So, if you use that analogy, this is what happens. We create the best out of every situation, be it good or bad. We will make the best out of it, and so we get something sweet. So that's it. In that breath, one of the things I would say is this. In life, the goal is not the destination or where you're going. The goal really is actually the process. The process of getting to the end result, or the process and the different avenues it takes to get to the destination. Now that is the goal. I know this may sound strange and sound to a lot of people that I'm turning things upside down. Well, I like to do that. Turn it upside down and see how things develop and what you get out of it. And it's pretty powerful, the lessons you get out of turning things upside down. It's kind of like an experiment because that's what life is about. So the process of going through the experience and everything is the most important thing. So the main point is the experience and the memories you create whilst you're getting to the destination. Let me repeat that. The main point of life is the experience and the memories you make, or the memories you create during the process on the way to the destination. Now that is powerful. What does the experience give you? I'm just going to talk about a few. There's like dozens of what you get out of the experience, or what the experience provide for you, the individual. But I think I'll only discuss 6 of them. One is this: resilience. Experience builds resilience, creates resilience. Resilience for all the stuff that will be coming at you. And you can only get that through experience. Number 2, through the experience, it builds your character of who you are, with the stuff you're made out of. Come on now. The stuff you're made out of. Character. Number 3, tolerance. Tolerance of what you thought you couldn't do before the experience of the situation you had to face. Number 4, experience provides lessons. Lessons you need for the next stage of life, or for the next stage in whatever it is that you're working on. Number 5, hope and understanding that every situation, every difficulty, every obstacles, everything you go through, there is a solution. No matter how bad it is, no matter how easy it may seem, there is always a situation. There's always a solution, There would always be a solution, because if the problem arrives, understand there's a solution right around the corner. Sometimes the mistakes we make is we start believing, or humanity starts believing, that there isn't a solution to a problem. But in actual fact, there is. If you look and are patient enough to process what is happening and understand that it is not impossible. Rather, every problem as it presents itself means that there is a possibility of a solution to work it out and get to an understanding and make peace with it. Number 6. The experience gives you this. It allows you to gain some valuable insight into yourself. And also show you that you're capable of doing some amazing things. Things that you never thought you could do. An insight of what you are willing to take and what you're not willing to take. An insight into your own determination to go forward or to stay. That is a very important thing. I think once you understand it, you learn to grow and get to a place a place of maturity, because that insight into yourself begins to allow you to take a really good look at yourself. When you can really have an honest look at yourself, and realize where you went wrong or where you went right, and if there's anything that you could change, would you take the opportunity to do so? So number 6, I find very interesting, because number 6 is where we do a lot of thinking. We ruminate and process more. So getting an insight or gaining this valuable insight into yourself becomes where you may come up with a new problem to be solved, or you begin to search or backtrack in your own life when you wish you had done the same level of understanding and insight and analyzing yourself. Because here's the thing. Sometimes not everything we spend time on to question and analyze and understand. And I'll give you an example of this. A friend asked a question. And it's a question that may sound simple. But if you're not ready to process the question thoroughly and go through all the different aspects of answers that you can possibly bring to that question, you will answer the question without thinking. And for lack of better word, beating about the bush, a friend was asked to do something uncompromising. To do something that will compromise their morals. And instead of that friend recognizing that the question that was asked of them and recognize that was immoral and inappropriate to the friendship that they had, that friend rather just laughed and thought it was a joke. And when the discussion came about, or when I became aware of it, I was like, that was not a joke. That was very inappropriate. And I recognized my friend looking at me like, what do you mean? And I said, did you even take the time to really process this and see this for what it is or what was asked of you? And my friend was like, no. And I thought, oh, something went wrong here because you're not able to see what happened. And by the time I was done asking questions, that's when the friend recognized, oh my goodness, those questions that this person had asked of her was inappropriate and not morally sound. In addition to that, it's made her feel degraded. So then I asked a question, why didn't you recognize it then? She said she didn't even think of it. But now that she's able to hear it from another person explain it as to the meaning, then she realized what it is. So taking time to do that self-evaluation and getting an insight into yourself is so important, because it allows you to see what you gained from the experience. And if you didn't, now you know what was not recognized. And then begin to stand up for what it is that you want to communicate thoroughly. I hope this is clear. Now, the memories is the second thing that you get. Remember, there were two things that you get from events or life that we forget, and we focus on the destination and not the journey. So the second part, remember, it was one, experience, and then the memory. So the second part is the memories. Memories are great because once you're experiencing this situation, you are creating memories of the joyous moments or the not so joyous moments that allow you to see something inside of yourself too. So the memories give you something to bank, a feeling you bank, an emotion you bank, an image you bank within your mind's memory bank. And you're able to recall it whenever you need to either to reminisce about it, or to just cry about, or figure out if there's something that you could do to work it out so that it doesn't happen to you again. The other thing it also gives you is you begin to understand that the final destination was nice to achieve, and the memories that you created, especially at the destination, is also beautiful. Okay, so our journey on planet Earth, as life goes on, is to go through these situations. I'll give an example of where this whole thing comes together. A young lady, you picture this. A young lady, this is a scenario. A young lady was having a wedding due to this pandemic. She decided to have a private ceremony outside her home on the lawn. So it's not in a closed and enclosed place. And then she wanted to have a professional photographer be there to take pictures for her wedding, especially her photo shoot, pre-wedding photo shoot and wedding photo shoot, and then post-wedding photo shoot. You know, the usual. It goes into that sequence where she's being dressed up by a parent or family members, and then, all the stuff being put together, makeup, and then usually professional photographers take pictures. But because of this pandemic, it's not going to happen. So with this, the young lady decided, well, if she can't have the professional photographer, then she's not going to do any photo shoot for her wedding. And I thought, wait a minute, why? And I realized something. This young lady felt, well, if she can't have the professional photographer, there's no need, because she wanted a professional photographer to take the pictures of the photo shoot for the pre-wedding, wedding, and then post-wedding, or the ceremony. And if she's not going to have that, guess what? It's not going to be any type of a picture time. So it seemed kind of strange. So it's all or nothing. And the young lady was not happy that she couldn't get what she wanted. And of course, it's her wedding. It may be upsetting too. But here's the gist of all this thing, or the purpose of this scenario. Here's a wedding this young lady's having in a pandemic. And because of that, she couldn't get what she needed to do the photo shoot she wanted. Instead of this young lady, it was suggested anyways, that the young lady should still get a photo shoot, create some pretty cool background. You can draw whatever or buy something online to put in a background, and then use the phone to do a fabulous photo shoot. You can put a little chair somewhere, or a little lounge chair or couch, and do all kinds of neat poses, either on the couch or just standing and whatever. Do whatever, and you can still get what you want. The young lady said no. If she can't get the photo shoot she wanted, that she's not going to have any at all. And I thought, okay, something needs to be done. And I was like, wow. The important part of this whole story is this. You couldn't get the photo shoot done the way you wanted it. So you decided not to do anything at all. But the point is this. You have a very important event in your life. Hopefully, it may never happen again. That's the ideal we all wish, that when you get married, it's for life. You don't get a do-over. And she gets it. Instead of taking the whole thing into perspective, like, it's not about the photo shoot with a professional photographer. It's about the experience. The fact that the pandemic is going on, and because of that, you had to use your phone to do a beautiful, fabulous photo shoot, which itself creates a story, comes with a whole array of stories. And joyous experience from your perspective, as well as the groom's perspective and the audience's perspective, and then all the people that came, and say, wow, this is how things were, and things get lost. So here is an opportunity to do a fabulous photo shoot on your own, where she can direct it the way she wants it. Have the phone used for the photography. And the fun part about coming up with these cute poses or not so cute poses, and being wrong, and laughing with it. It's all gone. It's all dashed because they can't get a professional photographer. The point is not about the professional photographer. That is the side thing. The point is your experience, your story that you're creating, this memory you're creating. You put it all on the photography, and it's lost. This precious moment of a young lady and a groom's life, they could capture. With a phone, you still do the same thing. You may not look with all the glare and glam of professional photography, but it is still a picture that you can put up. Imagine framing that picture and people come and they say, what happened here? And now they talk about it. Say, oh my goodness, we had a pandemic going on. We couldn't do this, we couldn't do that. So we had to have a photo shoot in our home with our phone. Can you believe that was taken with our phone? Oh, wow, that looks great. Oh, now I see why the picture looks like that. Oh, these are the stuff life is made of. The stories you create, the beautiful tapestry of little pieces put together to create this grand story of your life. That's the point. That's the point of all this. Imagine that. Having that memory and talking about it, and people come and it becomes a conversation piece. Make lemonade out of it. Out of the lemon that you got or you thought you received. Enjoy it. Because once that moment is gone, you can't repeat it. You can try and have what do they call this? A vow renewal. A vow renewal do nothing for you. Because yes, it's great to renew your vows and then it's great and it's fun, but you know what? The actual wedding date, the first time, will never come back. That feeling of the anticipation, of the nerve and excitement and then wondering, oh my goodness, is everything going to be all right? Yes, everything's going to be, is Aunt May going to be able to withstand the noise? Is somebody, are the kids going to cooperate? Should we have kids at the event or not? These are all the stuff you put together. So next time you're going to do something, I don't know, whatever it is that you're going to do, and you had a plan of how you should go, and the plan really doesn't work out, here's the thing. Open up your thoughts. Open up your own experience so that you can experience something new. Open up to the mind's possibility of allowing a new experience, even though it's not expected, but allowing yourself the freedom to enjoy something new, create something new, stand in that newness, and then embrace it to do some extraordinary things with what you receive. Now that's what stuff people are made of. So it's very important to create this memory where you can recall and go back and understand that it's great because it gives you something powerful, something amazing, something that will give you a sense of, yeah, I did that. Wow, I went through that. Great, that was great. We came up with some amazing concepts. I love life. I'm sure you can tell. I love life, and I think some beautiful things happen, and to create some amazing stories. And of course, you can tell I'm a storyteller. I love telling stories. So it's always wonderful. So next time you get into a situation where things are not exactly looking the way you wanted, take a deep breath and ask yourself some questions. What do I want? Do I want to capture this experience? Do I want to capture this whole situation, a memory of it, so I can always recall it and enjoy it with others and have conversations about it? Or am I going to not participate and sit out and let the time pass you by. This is what life is about. Choose to enjoy, choose to have fun with it, and let yourself go. Come on now. Let yourself go in the moment. And a lot of times people say, but I'm not spontaneous like you are. I know that, but here's the thing. You don't need to be spontaneous. You just need to allow yourself to think of possibilities. And possibilities are great because guess what? It gives you a chance to be creative with life. Things can be fun again. Seriously, it can be really fun again. Another topic I want to talk about today is a short one though. When parents give the best they can for their children, and their children seem to believe that what they gave, or the best that they gave, was not enough. How does a parent wrestle with that? How does a parent sit with that? This thought came to me when I was considering an old case I did like a few years ago. And a mother came to me very upset. And after the client left, I thought about this, and it just occurred to me again this morning. And I wrote something about it and decided I'll discuss it in a podcast today. When parents give of themselves to their children, the strangest thing is they're not expecting anything in return. They give out of love, and they love out of the mere fact that they're in love with their children. They hold nothing back. They give it their all. It's actually as the children or the offsprings, as we grow, something happens in us that makes us believe, I don't know why it is, that not all parents can be with them at all times. But parents give the best they can because they want the best for their kids. The sad part is this: when they've done all that and their kids still look at them and say, but it's not enough. Honestly, that's when I hear a lot of parents feel short. When children grow from a place of love, when they come to a time in their life where they don't see that love. They don't even appreciate it. They don't even see it or interpret it as love. Rather, they look at it as control, that their parents are controlling them. Honestly, be mindful of that, because parents are really not there to control their children. A lot of times because they're looking at their own experience as a child and what they did. So now when they see their children growing and trying to move according to their own drum beat like what their parents did, they get worried and start being fearful. That's how they try to interfere in their children's lives and stop them. It has nothing to do with the child. It has everything to do with their own hang-up as the parent and the times that they were not able to be honest with the situation. And now they're suspicious of their children doing the same thing. And anytime I hear this or see this whole thing, it makes me laugh. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this never gets old. I see parents doing this all the time. Because it doesn't get old. You know? And so recognize the contribution parents make to their children, and children recognize what sacrifices parents make for your benefit. Because when things are being done, they're not thinking, oh, I'm looking for my child to repay me. They're doing it out of love. Okay? And if that's happening, you can always open up and understand that it's okay as parents give or sacrifice. The children will learn to appreciate it. Because honestly, as parents, that's all parents really want. Their children to appreciate it and recognize their contribution to them, to their lives as they develop as an individual. Yeah. So it's important to take the time to appreciate that. And learn the fact that parents are trying just to be there for their kids and provide what they can have from their parents, and parents will provide too. Like I said in one of my podcasts, that I worked with children for nearly 13 or 14 years. And one thing I've observed so far is children come with a lot of expectation. They don't care whether you meet them or not. They're just coming and enjoying your time of being there for them. That's what it is. Until they have children, they never even thought about all that stuff. Sacrificing and providing. So next time you go to your parents, thank them for being willing to go through what they go through. Because you matter to them, they're willing to do whatever it takes to grow and become the individual that they're meant to be. I hope today was helpful and it empowered someone out there and gave people an understanding of what life throws at us and what we do with it and how to make it work. Even though we don't have the answers, but we end up finding out a way to get what we need. So in life, the destination is not the point. It's the processing, the journey, the stories created and received during the journey of the human life. My name is Sroda Aglago. Thank you for joining me on Love, Forgive, Live. Those of you who listen on YouTube, you can always like and follow us or subscribe. If you're listening on Twitter, like and follow us. And of course on Facebook, I do a live stream there for Love, Forgive, Live. You could always join it, like it, and join. Another ways we have Spotify. On Spotify, you can also like and join. And then we're on Apple TV and Amazon. You can always get the information and the encouragement you need so that you too can be the best you can be. Live your best life. If you want to write to me, ask questions or send comments, My email address is love, L-U-V, the number 4, give, G-I-V-E, live, L-I-V-E, @gmail.com. Love, forgive, live @gmail.com. I hope that helps. If not, send me something on Twitter. I'll be able to get it and we can address it. No matter what it is that life throws at you, like I was saying before, don't give up. There's always a solution around the corner, even though you don't believe it. It's there. It shows up. And it always shows up when you need it. And based on the experience that you can always look back to, you can find out some amazing things about yourself. Okay? This year, I hope we grow together. I hope we will continue to do the best we can. I, for one, expect nothing less. Like I said, no expectation, but the one thing I will expect is I'm going to do the best that I can. That's all I can do. Can't do anything else. Okay? So, let's be the best we can be. Let's go for our dreams. Let's march on. Let's do what we need to do to tell our stories, to open our heart to humanity and begin something beautiful so that we can also stand and say, we did something. And that's powerful. Till next week, at the same time, I will be here. Shraddha Aglago. And I don't know what topic we will talk about. The topics come during the week. And then I write it down and then we work on it. So we'll see what next week's topic is going to be. But like I said, welcome to 2021. And those of you who still do the New Year resolution, please let me know how you're doing. I know when I make it within a week, I break it, so I don't bother. So those of you who do, have a great time. And let me know how it goes. All right. Have a good week.